The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Hot, bold, sweet, smooth, and always flavorful. Welcome to my morning coffee. 3 generations of successful women, brewed with black girl magic, and French press with class, sass, and style. Gia, Tonya, and Syreeta are my morning coffee.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another awesome episode of My Morning Coffee with Syreeta.
And Gia.
And Tonya.
And Tonya.
Yeah.
It's already starting. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Weekend hangover. So let's jump right into it and see what's in everybody's cup, what you guys have been up to, and get into the hot, steamy stuff.
All right. I'll go first because you're looking at me.
Yes.
So I was telling Gia off a line before we started that I am happy to report that our My Morning Coffee thermos that is on sale at Shop the Mahogany Box, wherever it's at, right here. You
Shop
can't
the
see
Mahogany
it.
Box.
No, you can't see it. I was trying to show the people. Shop the Mahogany Box all keeps things warm, so it keeps it cold. So I'm really happy about that because I have my Farm Oolong Peach Tea.
Ooh, is it yum?
It's really good. And I need it with something because it has been
that kind of weekend.
Okay. That kind of 2 weeks since I last left. It feels like just a spiral of great events. I think Mercury was in retrograde, so energetically
I keep hearing about that. What does that mean for a lot of people that don't understand?
It
Mercury's
means
in
that
retrograde.
life gets fucked up.
Oh, then there's that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for my potty. Today is going to be a day. Well, maybe it isn't.
So Mercury's in...
No, Mercury was in retrograde.
Was in retrograde, so that means
ended.
your things in your life were kind of messed up.
Yeah, and what they say is don't make any decisions that are lasting because the energetic shift will kind of cause chaos in your life. Oh, okay. So if there's any chaos that's happening, Mercury being in retrograde is something to understand it a little bit better. Aside from that, but it's over now, so we can't blame Mercury. It's just people are crazy.
How long was it around?
It was around for a month. I think it ended on like the 15th of November.
Oh, so I can't even use it for what's okay.
No.
Okay, you can't use it for your drama next week.
No,
yeah,
no, or this week, or last week.
Okay.
No,
I thought.
So things have just been a little haywire for me, but I also think that it's contributing to the holiday. And I think, like myself, a lot of other people just kind of struggle during the holidays. And something that I kind of wanted to talk about, at least to give some pointers on how to do holiday season from a therapeutic space, is really just have your feels, because the holidays bring up a lot of feelings, whether you're going back into a family dynamic where it's a little bit difficult visiting loved ones, or you're missing loved ones that are no longer here. Like I've been having moments. I've been going through some things with my grandfather, and during these moments, I would definitely call on my grandmother or go downstairs because, lived, so close to each other, and she would be like my lamenting partner or my shit talking partner and what's going on. And so to not have that and have such a huge responsibility, I'm realizing how much more I miss her during this time. So
I just have full conversations with my grandfather.
Right.
I answer too.
That is where we would call that something else.
I just wanted to throw that out there in case you start feeling like you want to talk to her.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if not, you call me because the key word you said, your grandmother and she was your shit talker when you wanted to talk shit. So
we're here for all that.
I'm here for all that. Okay, and sometimes I need somebody I can talk shit with too, because
It bees like that.
Oh,
yeah.
To instead of at.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry. What else was going on with you?
There we go.
So just really have whatever emotions. I think we oftentimes, as soon as we start to feel something, we try to run away from it really quickly. So just sit in it for as long as you can and let those feelings and emotions come up. Do your best to not engage in the tomfoolery and shenanigans that may be the dynamic of your family, which I think a lot of us can relate to. So if you have to go and see family this holiday season, have a pep talk with yourself, have a pep talk with your significant other, and have buzzwords. Like if it starts to get a little bit too much or overwhelmed, be like pineapples, and that means we out.
Yeah.
So really take care of yourself during this holiday season because it brings up a lot of emotions and feelings for everyone. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you here.
Well,
good
thank
to
you.
see you.
It's good to be seen.
In. Yes. Yes. And what have you been dibbling and dabbling with, Miss Gia?
Actually, nothing. I'm
untrue.
No.
You got your mom into a place. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that, but that's what I'm saying. I've been doing a lot, but, in my mind, I haven't been doing anything, but it's been a lot. What I'm saying, I'm glad you talked about what you talked about, because I've been feeling some kind of way lately, and maybe I just need, like you said, just sit and
sit in it
for a while, because I've been doing a lot, and I'm the type of person, I do a lot, and I'm doing a lot for everybody, for others, and I'm not doing anything in my mind for me. And I'm so worried about or concerned about making sure everything is in place, everything gets handled, that I'm forgetting to handle my own stuff. And that's not a good feeling, because I get to be feeling overwhelmed. That's how I'm feeling right now, a little overwhelmed. And normally I would, when I feel some kind of way, I would kind of go in my little space and create, but I haven't even been in the mood to really do much creating. So I know there's something really going on, because that was my happy place. And right now I'm kind of like, I don't want to do anything. So I don't know if it's just me doing too much and the holiday coming around, but, or what, I'm just in a funk. And so I'm trying to pull myself out the funk. And I'm getting there, slowly but surely, but I haven't really been out and about doing too much, other than, yes, I did. My mom got into a place, so I've been trying to, move her. She hasn't officially moved in yet. My sister's coming in from Atlanta at the end of actually Friday. So she's taking on the moving of my mother. She says she's giving me a break. So for the week and a half she's here, she says that she's got everything, but I don't know. I'm going to try to let her handle it, but again, I probably will have to do something. But I've been, I got some furniture for her, so I was at her place yesterday waiting for it to be delivered, so that got put in. So I think it's coming together. So once I get her moved back to Los Angeles from Corona, I think a lot of the pressures, a lot of things that's been on me will be lifted because she's closer, and I can go and check on her a lot more, because she'll be kind of like down the street. But I don't know if that's a good thing, because then it might be like, sometimes that
mine was
was
downstairs,
and
so, there were quite a few times I wanted to.
I think it's a good thing for me. I don't have to be on the road, at Old Dark 30 going to Corona when I have to take her to the doctor and stuff like that. That whole drive thing, that part will be over. But I don't know if having her down the street, how that's going to really work out in the long run. But I think Jada will be happy, which is my dog, that her granny will be here.
Yes.
So her granny can come visit with her when I'm at work. But so
it seems like the holidays does this to people, though. This is a regular thing. And as a therapist, what is your biggest advice for moving past that? It's almost a level of anxiety, like you feel it coming, and you're just like, I have to go to this place, or certain people are going to come by, in-laws or whatever. Yeah. Like you have this built-up anxiety, whatever.
I don't think that was a Freudian. I don't think that was a Freudian. That wasn't a Freudian slip.
You got some in-laws?
No. I was talking about this
over here. People have in-law issues. They do.
You're right.
Family and aunties and that one uncle you got to hide away. You know he's going to stop by and it's going to be hard for you to get him away, or he's going to embarrass your life. And, this level of anxiety that people have with the holidays approaching. I'm thinking that just with this conversation, many people might
sure.
have that.
For sure.
So what are some of your, for me, and I'll jump into this, you know, Ray and I started doing things our own way. I used to have that anxiety, like, fuck, days are coming. I have to go some places I probably don't want to. We got to have some passwords. Like I'm giving our baseball signals so we can leave. But I shouldn't even have to feel like that. And I think on some level, when we decided this is not what the holidays should feel like.
And you don't want that for your kids.
I don't want that at all. If there is even a space in time where you want to just feel thankful and joyous and full.
Thankful?
And full.
You know, those words that Thanksgiving is actually.
It's actually
so
about.
When you start feeling those levels of anxiety where you're already stepping into November, December in an unpleasant fashion, what is your best advice for how people can get past that? I mean, we do things, we're very nutritional now, and it works for us, but that might not work for everybody.
And it took you guys a while to get there. Yeah.
That didn't work. Let's try something.
Really have a conversation just about the fact that it's uncomfortable. Or
do you talk to people that make you uncomfortable?
No. There are that can, but I do believe that your work is your work. People have created people, because that's how I'm feeling, have created a dynamic that they're entrenched in, but that doesn't mean that you have to be entrenched in and you can extract yourself out. So I wouldn't necessarily, unless it's evolved, which most of the time isn't the family structure. So you all the people are, and so if that is your significant other, if that is a parent who has done work or has evolved, then yes, talk to them.
You say people that just completely something different. I had some friends that, you know what, we're just going to go take the kids on vacation now for the holidays instead of going to aunties, uncles, whatever's house. Or we're going to do something that's just untraditional, particularly in ethnic cultures that may not be received so well. But what is your advice on that?
If you have the support to do it, do it. Because at the end of the day, it's about bringing joy and happiness to you and the people that are closest to you, i.e. your kids, your dog, the people in your household. So I say it's not about everyone else when it comes to happiness.
You know, I saw on social media this past week, a few people I know, they've been doing this whole Friendsgiving thing. And I thought that was really nice. And I was, I thought about it. I was like, that's nice. Maybe I should do a Friendsgiving, or maybe I should get one of my friends to do a Friendsgiving, and hopefully they invite me over.
I'm gonna get you to do a
Friendsgiving, and I'm just gonna invite myself.
Call me.
Maybe
but even last year was the first time we've been together on a holiday.
And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I got to come over. Yeah, we did. It was
nice. At my
nice.
expense,
yeah.
But it's totally fine.
It was nice. You were kind of like in a mood because we were laughing at you, but it was all because we love you.
I'm at Tonya's every year.
Are you opening your house to us?
It doesn't matter.
So every year Ray orders he orders the Tiger Bone.
Tiger Bone.
He's been watching Drink Champs. So we've been getting Tiger Bone every year, and he ordered something new this year. So I think you should come over and see what new festivities we're going to be.
I love you, Ray, but you were absolutely ridiculous.
It should be fun. Okay. Yeah. A little peach cobbler.
And maybe some CBD, sweet potato pie.
Maybe a little bit of something. So what do you think?
Saying.
Maybe?
We'll talk about it offline. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I have recently got to go see Andrew Gilliam from Florida.
I saw that.
Okay.
Isn't he an amazing speaker?
He's an amazing speaker, but even more so, he's an amazing storyteller. And, I love a good story.
Okay.
Talked a lot about, his wife and his mother going through, his election.
Yep.
He talked to me about getting ready to move to Florida to help.
No.
Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't understand. No. I was like, I got to talk to Tonya about that.
No.
I got to call her.
Move to Florida thing?
That move to Florida thing. I was like, what was that about?
No. The conversation. They have really poor politics.
They do. And that was part of his conversation, is really just educating the people on how tough politics is in Florida, and what that means to us as an electorate and, the national
stay yourself
election.
in Redondo Beach.
I just think it's important that we always understand and educate ourselves on how politics work, instead of just complaining about it, understanding it, knowing how you can participate, how you can empower your own community, and some of the things that they're doing now to kind of raise awareness, get people registered, and some of the challenges that we face as a people in regards to how some groups try to keep us from voting.
Oh, that was really politically correct.
A little bit, yes.
I
So,
like that. I wouldn't have
again,
said it the same way.
I know, but the truth is there are various different groups that are suppressed.
Yes.
And the funny thing about it's not funny, it's actually pretty tragic on how you have to approach Florida and deal with, and I actually think we should do this everywhere, is deal with each area, each section as its own little
entity.
state. Because, you know, he was talking about the Cubans over here, you deal with differently than you might deal with the Puerto Ricans or the African community over here. So you have to have a plan for everybody. And that's really how you get buy-in to win an election. So that was pretty
because everyone matters.
Everybody
contrary
matters. You
to
can't just put out one general plan and you think people are going to buy into it. So, you know, that was interesting. Read up on him. He's doing some pretty dope things out in Florida. Got to see him. That was cool. My daughter had her regional cheer competition yesterday.
Yes, I saw.
They won some
that trophy was big. I was like, goodness.
Trophy. Shout out to Coach Jen, who doesn't even have any kids on the squad. She just coaches out of the love of the sport and the love of the kids. She works for the sheriff's department out in Carson, and she does some stuff for Torrance too. So she works and then pours into our own kids. And I just want to give shout out to Miss Jennifer. You're pretty dope.
Shout out for Miss Jen, who has no kids, that's working with the kids.
Yes, ma'am.
And also working for the sheriff's department. Yes. Shout out, girl. All right.
So I'm not sure if you saw the announcement, but we did go ahead and launch our campaign to kick off this MLK celebration in Redondo Beach.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. And how can we be involved?
Yes, that's
the
bigger
You know
question.
what? It's going to be a really big celebration because the diversity of the city is changing a lot. And we want to make sure that everybody feels inclusive. A lot of our officers come in an array of shades and backgrounds. You know, we have some ex-athletes from UNLV and some people
that on the squad?
Girl, yes.
Really?
Amazing.
That's
Darren,
awesome.
Shout out Darren. But we have some amazing individuals that are serving the community out there. And one, we want to make sure that you're in attendance. And then there's going to be some other opportunities for my morning coffee. And we'll talk about that. So you will see the ladies in the house.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But yeah, check out my Facebook page always at Tonya McKenzie Speaks. On Facebook, but I put all that information there or the Instagram because it's important. It's an historic day. When there's a first, it's important that we show face, that we support, that we, show our solitude and hopefully, and I spoke about this to Andrew Gilliam, the MPHC comes out and supports things that really give us spotlight. So that'll be cool.
Especially in places that we wouldn't primarily be in or represented. So we think. But there's a lot.
But you never know because it's almost like when we show up, then others come out.
For sure. You don't know how much the community actually exists until you start.
Like, oh, we are here. Yes, we are. So
congrats to you. Because you put a lot of work into making that happen. A lot.
It's the community policing is important. And I think in any community, they can adopt that platform. It's important that the residents have a say. It's important that they know what's going on. When things happen, we can go back to those officers and be like, how was this resolved?
Right. Yeah.
And they ask for our input. What do you think? How do you think that could have been dealt with better? What else do you think we should bring in?
And what do you think the strengths are?
And what do you think? Yeah.
What do we need to keep doing?
What do we need to keep doing? And what should we possibly change? So all of those things are important.
You're right, they are. But also to as citizens in the community, you see things after the fact and you hear things after the fact.
Good point.
And you're not there in the beginning. And then everybody has their opinions and stuff, And everybody's entitled to opinions, but there's always things that people don't know that goes on in the community, and especially when it comes to dealing with the police and crime and things like that, and us apprehending and doing certain things. It's a rough job. It's a tough job, and having to make these decisions
on the spur of the moment.
On the spur of the moment, people don't really understand that aspect of law enforcement. They just see a uniform, they see a car, they see a gun, and they see sometime attitude with the officers and stuff like that. So that's where they form their opinions about the law enforcement community and stuff. But there are great people out there trying to, keep your community safe and doing a job, and they are doing a good job, and stuff. But you were saying about the community policing and getting to know your officers, and you guys, the citizens have questions and things like that. And you guys are entitled to, to all that and should know some of that stuff. But sometimes you can't know it right when it's happening. Investigations are going on, and so it's things that we can't talk about. But I was curious. I wanted to ask you, since you work heavily with your police department, have you ever gone on a ride along with Redondo Beach PD?
I have not gone on a ride along.
Well, you should maybe see about going on a ride along, so you can probably see. You won't get to see fully from our eyes, our shoes, because you don't have the uniform. You don't. It's a little different, but I think going on a ride along will give you a different perspective as what officers are dealing with on a day-to-day basis, especially when things are happening, and they have to make decisions and stuff. And there's there's no science to this. It's just a lot of it's common sense, and it's training and tactics and things like that. But 95% of our job is really communicating and using our common sense to do our job.
Do you think that it's a good idea for the community to be there at the beginning of certain protocols that are being put in place so that no,
because you guys don't have the training. You haven't worked. You don't have the training experience that we have in law enforcement in that community. Just like I don't have the training experience to be a psychologist. So for me to be on onset and try to say how you should be doing your job when it comes to a client, who am I to say that? Because I haven't been doing your job I don't have that same experience that you have and stuff. So I don't think they should be there in the beginning. Yeah, they have those town hall meetings, they have community meetings and stuff, and that's where you go and you ask. That's the forum. You ask questions. But a lot of times when people go to places like that, they want a certain answer, and when they don't get the answer that they're looking for, that's when to me it causes more problems. It adds more to whatever's going on, because everybody has, it's like with anything, when you go to the store, you're looking for something. And if it's not there, you don't want to hear that it's not there.
You're placing your complaint.
Right, yeah, and stuff. So, so no, I don't, but some people in the community, law enforcement community might agree that people should be there. That's just my opinion. I don't believe, the citizens need to be there in the beginning, no.
I think part of the community policing platform is getting to know the officers that is serving the community. So when things do happen, you have some kind of trust in the people that that are protecting and serving your community. So when things come up, maybe they get the benefit of the doubt because you've dealt with them or you've seen them on a personal level, rather than you knowing absolutely nothing about them. What I do love about this department is the fact that they recognize that many people first impression or first interaction with police is negative.
Negative, yes.
So they are making a very strong effort in making sure that, particularly with our youth, their first interaction with the police is positive. So they're on campus for no reason at all, just to have conversations, to see what's going on, to let them know, if you need to talk to me or tell me about something in confidence, don't worry about it. You can tell me. Yeah. So it makes it a lot more bearable when things happen and you weren't there at the beginning, to know that the people that you're dealing with have your best, have the best intentions in mind, rather than, I don't know nothing about them. They probably look at me or my kids and think, it's okay to
fill in the blank.
Negative towards them or whatever the case may be. So just getting to know them on a personal level. And this is, any department or any officers that serve a community, not letting your first impression be one of a negative encounter. So I appreciate that. Love that to death. I did want to kind of bring up something really quick, something that's been on social media and in the news a lot with both of you ladies. Two different situations. One is Black women, women in general disappearing in high numbers. There's plenty of articles about women getting snatched. We all know how trafficking is working these days. And the article about how African-American girls get punished more harsh in schools. Have you had a chance to read that? And what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to come from a therapeutic lens. Let's see.
No, come from a Black girl lens.
Black girl lens is just, let's just burn everything.
Burn it all down and start from the beginning.
Well, the situation in terms of us disappearing and coming up missing in large numbers isn't new. When I lived in Oakland, this was a huge problem, and it was big during the Craigslist craze. And there was an organization by the name of Missy who focused on sex trafficking and sexual exploitation of women, Black women in particular, but women, generally. But anyway, so it's been around. That was, 15 years ago that I was in the Bay. So it's not something new. We just don't get the same amount of coverage because our lives, to at least the general news, don't matter. And I think that's why it's important for anyone that has a platform to have conversations about it, because it's happening. They are being sold. They are being abused. Not they, we are being abused, and we don't recognize what that does to the greater population. These are going, eventually be mothers and their sisters. They have families. And so really understanding how the impact is to our community and how it is designed to once again break our communities down and tear us apart. So that is what I have to say about the sex trafficking. Us being punished harsher, I wish I could say I was surprised. And
was there anything you disagreed with in the article?
Not that, no. But I will say this, from the part of the article that I read, because I skimmed through it, was that it feels to me that's what kind of lends to our resilience as Black women, because we understand and recognize that we are a lot to a lot of people. We give a lot, and clearly it's starting with our girls. And so just making aware that we can't depend on anyone else to pour into our girls and to pour into our daughters. So it's our responsibility to do that. We can't send our babies to school and be naive to think that they're being taken care of. Yeah. So that's what I got out of it. It's just love on your babies more, and teach them at home about their power, because it's being torn down everywhere that they go.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I haven't read the article, so I can't really chime in on the question.
Who's blowing you up? Is that Jeff?
No.
Sending pictures?
Actually, no. Actually, it's it's a soror from New York.
He's sending beard pics.
Pics
of the beard.
So it probably has to do with in order or something good. She's working on. We're working on something together. So maybe it's about that. But so I think, we probably need to maybe have a segment that deals more with the whole trafficking and the topic of, Black girls being treated different than others in the future. We probably need to do that. But in the meantime, because y'all was talking about some heavy stuff and everything.
Right.
Y'all go, look, I wish I could smoke, because I sure would take one right now, but I can't. But I think we should let the viewers know what we got coming up for the show. Smoke from the Pot, is we're gonna be talking about cooking with cannabis when we come back from our break, and we're gonna have Miss Ashley Hill, who's the co-author of a book called Smoke from the Pot.
And for Thanksgiving, it's perfect timing.
So we're gonna have some
recipes.
About anxiety. Yes, you're right. Anxiety, things to help you cope with the whole family drama, all that stuff. It might be writing this little cookbook that Miss Ashley
has written.
So when we come back from break, we'll have Miss Ashley Hill.
Stick around.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to My Morning Coffee. And we're here today. We have Miss my niecey Pooh, Miss Ashley Hill here today. She's an author of a cookbook called Smoke from the Pot, and it's about cooking with cannabis. She's also currently in a master's program, getting her master's degree, I believe in, I don't know what the science is called, but it has to do with cannabis.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk to her about that. We're going to talk to her about her cookbook and how she got into the cannabis business and all kind of stuff. We're just going to be talking.
Educator.
And she's an educator.
Absolutely.
She's also a personal trainer.
Yes.
She does it all.
Yes.
But I'm glad to have her.
Thank
here
you for
today.
having me.
Welcome, Miss Ashley.
Appreciate you. My Morning Coffee Squad. Thank you, ladies, so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
So get into it. Tell us, Smoke from the Pot, how you decided to go ahead and write a book about cannabis and give it to the people.
Yep, jumping right in, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Dive in
Tell
on
us a
in.
little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
No, forget you. I want to know about the cookbook.
There it is.
Thanksgiving.
Right, it's coming up.
Food.
We're
Let's
here
go.
right now. Let's go. Yeah. So Smoke from the Pot came from me and my co-author Dennis Haynes. He came up for an authors convention when I was living in the Bay. I heard Oakland. Okay, represent. Yeah, Bay Area. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I lived in San Jose. Yeah. I was actually in San Jose, and he had just wrote his first book, and he was up there for an author's tour, and he was hanging out with me. We're actually kindergarten classmates.
Stop.
And
cute.
so, yeah, I know. So we've known each other for quite some time. And he was just like, yo, like, I want to write a cannabis-infused cookbook. And at the time, the majority of my career has been based in cannabis. I've been in the industry for over 6 years, almost 7 right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, man, that's dope. Because at the time, I was in a position where I was looking to create passive income or be able to create things to where, like, I didn't necessarily have to show up, but to be able to produce. And so I was like, yeah, man, that's dope. So that was December 2017, April 2019, April of this year is when we published the book.
Nice.
So
That
yeah,
is awesome.
yeah, man. It's
So
been a
walk
dope
us through that
experience.
process, because I'm always intrigued by content and how you decided to put the recipes in there. Like, where did you get those from? Did you guys experiment? You messed around, or you already had them? Like, talk me through that.
So he has a background with writing and being an author, and then I have the cannabis background.
Okay.
I used to manage cultivation facilities. I've worked at dispensaries, and have done a lot of things in terms of producing the product from seed to sale.
Got it.
And so we kind of meshed in that sense to where I brought my cannabis experience. He brought his writing and author experience, which is phenomenal because, man, it's a tedious process.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, in terms of the book, you know, we just we wanted to make it simple to help educate people. So being in the industry and being able to see that there's a disconnect, a lack of education, that was one of my main goals, to be able to help educate people and also help remove that negative stigma that is surrounded by cannabis, just because of oppression. You guys were talking about that earlier. And that's kind of how it started with the Chinese immigrants as well as the Mexican immigrants and America wanting to oppress those people. Shout out to my master's program. I learned
I'm like, give it to the people.
That education to work. We love it. We love it.
Yeah. And so, but also too, like, we wanted to keep it simple. So we wanted to use everyday recipes that people kind of consume or use on a daily basis, but giving them the option if it's something that they're interested in and or if it's something that they need to be able to medicate them. And so
is either one of you consider yourself a chef?
No, we are students of the industry, and we're cooks. So I do have my dad's side has a background in catering. So my dad's had a catering business for 20 plus years. I'm also too, like, my aunts and different things like that. So catering and good food has been in my family for sure. So there's some recipes in there from one of my aunts, some mac and cheese, and also too my grandmother on my mom's side. That's actually her sweet potato pie recipe, just a little CBD infusion there.
That's Granny's pie with CBD in it. Yes.
She already know.
So here's my question.
Okay.
For one, I want you to walk the people through the benefits of CBD. And we've had this conversation before, but it never gets too old, especially with everything that's going on politically.
Absolutely.
So walk us through the benefits of CBD and cannabis. And then if you don't ingest THC, are these recipes good for you also? Do all of these recipes have THC in them, or none of them do? Like, tell us about it, because I know there's people out there that want this, and they're like, but I can't.
My job.
Like for example, I can't have no THC, but you know, I need some
to eat.
You know,
And you bought a book, so
and I love sweet potato pie. But no, she's
and
right.
I love to make Jeffrey cook.
Yes, right. So a lot of people they still don't understand the difference sometimes, and they're afraid. Like you know, because when I saw it, I saw you get made. I was like, oh wow, you know. I said, oh, bring a sweet potato pie, to the show. Yeah. But I started thinking, I was like, oh shoot, I hope it don't have no THC in it because I can't have any, right? You know,
absolutely.
Stuff. But again.
Yeah,
that's everybody thinks cannabis. They automatically assume, I'm gonna get high.
Because this faded peach French toast right here, I could do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Can I get through the rest of my day?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna address the last question first, and then we'll come back to the second one because my memory anyway. But so at the end of the day, it is a cookbook.
Yes.
So although it does give you a THC infusion in terms of what's included in the recipes, you can always supplement whether it's the oil, the butter, or the shortening, you can supplement that with a non-infused version. Okay. So at the end of the day, even if you don't consume, like myself, unless I'm on vacation or, you know what I'm saying, just kind of relaxing, you can just supplement it with the regular oil. So you don't necessarily have to be medicated.
Because you don't like the high feeling of
the
THC
not anymore.
gives.
Not anymore. So cannabis reacts to everybody's everybody's body differently. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Like what may be your tolerance or something that you may experience with whatever strain you consume, it'll be different for everyone. And so just, man, my experience from being in the industry for so long and being around it for so long, it's just not something that I'm interested in unless I'm like on the islands chilling on vacation or something like that. That's the only time I really partake. Or when we're doing the books, man, thank you. Shout out to my partner, Dennis Haynes, because he does consume. And so when we're doing the creating recipes for the books, because we're working on our next book right now, I'll take one bite just to make sure like, okay, cool, this is okay, it can go in there. But I have him to kind of like,
he's a taster. Okay.
Yeah.
He's eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dennis is eating.
I'm like, just one bite. And I'm like, man, I don't want to be high. But,
So do you also, can you let people know where they can get some of these ingredients? Because they don't have canna oil in bonds.
Yes. So actually the book, No, they have what's crazy is that they have CBD like in almost every store now. I saw it in 7-Eleven when I was in New York.
I see a lot of things in 7-Eleven these days.
Yeah. 7-Eleven has everything.
Absolutely. But the book here, it teaches you how to make cannabis infused olive oil, butter, and shortening. So all you need to do is have the flower product, which you can go, being in California, being a legal state recreationally and medicinally, just go there and you can get yourself, some flower. And then
it's funny when I first bought the book. I think a lot of people think when you say you're cooking with cannabis, I think people think you're in the kitchen and you're throwing some weed. The weed
in the brownies
and all kind of stuff. So when I was, going through the book and I realized, so you're actually the book tells you how to, like she said, how to make oils and shortening
how to
infuse it. So it's not like let me throw some weed in here and mix it up. No, you're actually making you're cooking.
You're actually cooking.
Actually cooking with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's like one of the benefits of creating, the infusion process, it does take quite some time, about 3 to 4 hours. So if you don't want to necessarily take that time, we do sell the oil as well. And so it's a olive oil base. So pretty much anything that you cook with olive oil now, you can be able to medicate your food if that's something that you're interested in doing.
So talk about the health benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, so it's interesting being in this program now because
what is the program?
I'm
sorry. What is the program?
It's okay. So it's a master's in medicinal cannabis science and therapeutics. So it's the first program in the nation.
And you're in it. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, they had over 500 applicants and I was one of the 150. that they chose.
And it's
awesome.
offered through or where?
It's University of Maryland, Baltimore, the School of Pharmacy. Yeah, so once a semester, we're on semester system, we have to fly out to Baltimore for in-person symposia that we attend. They have like workshops, different people from the industry coming in, and we work on our group projects or whatever's coming up for that. So yeah, man, we're in week 6 now, so 2 more weeks, and then I will have completed my first semester in the program. Right now I got 2 A's, so you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you're enjoying the program?
Oh man, I love being back in school. It's so crazy because it's been 6 years since I've been in school. I went to East Bay in Hayward, right?
Yeah, they might have lived there, but they went to school like it. They're from CSUN, California State University of Northridge. That's where they got.
So we went from
right. So yes, don't think that
to now school.
She banging on.
That's what she does.
You went to East Bay. They went to Northridge.
I did spend some time at San Jose State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
not get
that out there.
And I went to grad school in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That
She's
means
a gangbanger,
right with the badge.
Well, no, I didn't want you to think that they went to East Bay. College. No, they went to stay down here in L.A. Look where they at right now.
They got some Bay.
We are
connection. We got Bay connections. Yes, we are through and through.
The South Bay.
Okay.
Up north.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. South Bay up north.
Yeah. I forgot what the question was.
Northern Cal. Yeah.
So listen, tell us a little bit more about you, though.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
Clearly from where's she from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm from Inglewood.
Yay. I'm also from
Why
Inglewood.
she trying to play you with the Lancaster boy? I was like,
oh, you've been watching.
I mean, she was from Lancaster.
I did not say I was from Lancaster. I said I went to high school in Lancaster. There's a difference. Born and raised in Inglewood, though.
Repping the wood. Yeah, so from Inglewood. I moved up to the Bay. I went to Cal State East Bay for undergrad.
Got it.
I was there for 5 years because I was like, why rush?
Was it Cal State East Bay there?
Yes, it's East Bay.
Yeah,
no, it's East Bay now.
They changed it.
So
I think
they changed it 15 years ago.
Yeah, you old, honey. You old. Your day was Hayward. Yeah, you old.
I mean, but that's like Fox Hills Mall. It's still going to be Fox Hills Mall.
Forever and a day.
It's still going to be Cal State Hayward.
It's always going to be Hayward.
But technically the name on there says
right.
East Bay.
Your financial aid refund check says East Bay.
That part.
Says East Bay. So shout out to Cal State East Bay.
Yeah, so went to school up there.
What was your major?
It was hospitality and tourism. Okay. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just know that I had to go to school for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mom for pressing me.
So if you're watching Raymond Jr., who's having a hard time deciding what he's trying to do with his life.
Yeah.
Finish.
And so I mean,
she's banging on you, so you finish. Right.
Tell him
right now.
Right now.
Raymond.
Raymond, finish school. Go to school.
Yes.
You don't have to have it all figured out right now.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Say it. Say the words.
Right. So to be honest, I'm grateful that I was kind of pressed into that situation, even though I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. Because I wouldn't have been able to apply to this program here. Yes. And so, I mean, there's definitely different ways to engage in education. It doesn't necessarily, I know you're going to get mad at me, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the traditional route. Right. But I do think that there is a huge value in education, whether it's self-education, whether you go through the traditional school, JC route, whatever that may be. There is, just an immense value in educating yourself in whatever it is that you want to do.
Being a student.
Absolutely.
Of life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One of the things we try to get him to understand is part of the educational process is committing to something, right? Committing from beginning to end. And once you complete that, then you go on to that next portion of it. But also, we talk a lot about, when you don't have a plan, why so many people might be out in the world with these degrees and no job.
Ooh.
Yeah. I truly believe it's because they don't have a plan or they don't know how to take those next steps. Give me your thoughts on that.
It's interesting because, you're so young and you kind of get pushed into like, okay, here, this is it. You know, in the sense of
being adult.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, graduating, you know, man. So it's an interesting kind of balance to where you kind of need to figure out and, you know, this is really what it is in terms of being able to break away with everything that you've been pressed upon. Like, these can be expectations or things that people that are around you, the environment that you've been in terms of like your family, because you're so young, you haven't really been exposed or been able to have the space to be able to figure out what it is that you want to do.
Well, what I'll say, because I've been knowing Ashley all her life. Ashley's always been a person. She walks to the beat of her own drum. She does her own thing. But I think her going away to school, not staying home, she went to East Bay, even wasn't that far. I think that helped in her growth and development and her independence. And to see her now, you know, it's just like, wow, you know, because she was gone. She was gone for a while, you know, but you know, doing her thing. And that was the one thing that I do. I like she was doing her own thing, doing her thing. She wasn't guided by what her parents thought she should do or her family. She went up there and she found her way. She figured it out. And sometimes going away, and some people figure it out right away. Some people it takes a while to figure it out, but at least she stuck to it. She went up there. So many people we send our kids to college and away, and they coming home the first year, after the first year. And one thing Ashley didn't do, she didn't come home. She stayed. It might have been tough and rough, but she stayed, and she just kept going. Figured it out and stuff. You know?
Real quick, I just wanted to speak on what you shared, because, like, only now, or even like within the last, let's say, you know, 5 to 10 years, is being in the cannabis like something that is
It's hot.
Yes. And it's like being accepted, and there's a lot of approval around
it's like mental health.
Yeah.
It's just
so
now
trendy.
started. It's so
trendy.
So such a hashtag.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for me, graduating with a degree, like, I just went to school X amount of time, and you know what I mean, like, I'm graduated, I'm working in my field, but personally, like, I'm unhappy. And so in terms of like where I can go with this, I'm like, this isn't really what I want to do. More so, like, I just started to feel like a lot of people feel on Monday mornings when they dread going to work, or even Sunday nights. Like, a lot of people
Sunday
die
blues
because they are going to do things. They're going to a job that they don't like. And that's just not what I wanted for myself. And so I got exposed to opportunity with this collective that was actually down the street from the hotel that I was working at post-graduation. And
Amsterdam?
No, it wasn't. No. It was a dispensary out in San Jose. But yeah, Amsterdam is popping out there.
Yeah, they've been doing it a long time. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they have.
They were like revolutionary in terms
absolutely.
of getting legislation and everything.
Absolutely, yeah, no. So definitely shout out to them. I know they've graduated, you know, quite a lot of people, and so that's a cannabis university out in Oakland, downtown Oakland.
Can you talk to the people real quick? Because a lot of people, when they talk about the cannabis business, everybody talks about they want to get into, I think, the other side of the cannabis, having a shop, selling it, and making fast money. Yeah. But here you are, you're in the industry, and you're kind of doing something different in the cannabis industry.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people don't realize that there's so many things that you could do in the cannabis business.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just, I'm going to have a little green cross spot,
absolutely.
and y'all can come on in and buy something.
Yep.
There's other fields that you can make good money doing. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Man, it's honestly one of the reasons why I love the industry so much. So because it's so brand new, there's so much room for creativity. Like, when we had published this book, maybe there were like 15 other books, maybe 20, like, that you can find on Amazon or in Barnes and Nobles. We're on Amazon, by the way. And so it was like, there's not a lot of people out here that are doing certain things. And it's just so crazy. You can do whatever you want in terms of being able to infuse it with cannabis or CBD. I'm also into holistic healing and wellness. Like you mentioned, I am a certified personal trainer. And so those things are important to me. And so I can create like whatever it is that I want. And there's a lot of opportunity with that. And so people can come from the area that, or of expertise that they've been in, to then apply whatever it is that, like, that foundation to the cannabis industry. Because it's so new, because it's so developmental, like, we need other structure. We need other systems that are working and that are successful to then be implemented in this to be able to help legitimize it.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, can we talk about, you brought this delicious looking pie this morning.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And the recipe is in your book, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So
It
this is a sweet potato pie that's been infused with
CBD. Yep.
Now, how much CBD is actually in?
So in here,
I
there's
don't smell anything besides sweet potatoes.
Yeah. You're
And
definitely
cinnamon.
not gonna taste.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Just kind of having my experience with edibles that you would get, typically from a dispensary. Of course, things are advancing now. But you know what I mean? Like years ago, when you consume it, you would be able to taste it.
Yeah.
And like for me personally, like that's not what I'm looking to do. Like I want to taste what I'm eating. I don't want to taste cannabis. Like then why not just smoke it? But so a lot of the recipes that we have, like you're not able to taste it. It tastes exactly like the food itself in that sense.
Very good. So why don't you let the people know where to find you and what you have coming up next?
Yes. So you can find me smokefromthepot.com. That's where the book is. The book's on Amazon. We also have, before that, we're on IG too at Smoke From The Pot. And then we also have a holiday catering dessert menu. So you can find that on the website as well.
Tell me about some of those desserts real quick.
Yeah, so they're all in the book. So, I mean, you can grab the book, or if you wanted us to cater it, Greenlight Project, that's the name of the infused catering company that we have. So we do desserts, we write cannabis infused cookbooks, and then we also throw tasting events.
I saw those.
So yeah, you need to come.
Yes, agreed.
Well, know, it's funny. We're gonna be doing something. My morning coffee coming up, maybe in February. That maybe the Greenlight Project can also co-sponsor and be a part of. We'll talk about that offline. We don't want to talk about it right now, but I think it's something that you guys might want to partake in.
We're planning our calendar for 2020 now, so that would be great to be able to talk about that. Because
we're all about supporting each other.
Absolutely,
we sisters here supporting one another.
Yeah,
so we're doing it, but. Your
socials.
On social media at Smoke From The Pot. My personal page is higher education or higher_education, higher or the E with the 3, or at Smoke From The Pot.
Awesome.
And you can find me at Syreeta Butler. No, Syreeta Butler MFT .com. Every time. And I'm on Instagram. Oh, yes. Okay. So IG at Syreeta B MFT. But it also, my website is www.syreetabutlermft.com.
Lovely.
You know that MFT, every time you say that, I want to say something else.
Yes, MF.
Yeah, I want to say MF.
Your life.
Yeah, it's like Syreeta B, I would say.
But it's also, that's fitting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on, Gia.
Nope,
we're not doing it.
Shit wants to say
we're not doing this. Not today. We got 4 minutes left. We're gonna get to these 4 minutes.
Yes, we are. Oh, check this out, you guys. Small Business Saturday is coming up this Saturday, and the Mahogany Box will be at Zoe Vintage on 1410 South Redondo Beach, vending along with some other fabulous designers and artists there. So
what city is that?
That's in Los Angeles. Okay. It's Pico and Redondo, Boulevard and Redondo Beach, Redondo Boulevard.
I'm like, there's no beach.
Yeah, that's where the other woman lives, Redondo Beach. No,
the
LA,
other woman, she's talking about you.
Redondo. Saturday, Small Business Saturday. Come out and support. Starts at 11 to 5. Come support businesses in your community.
And
that's
My
where I'll
Morning
be.
Coffee, ladies.
And My Morning Coffee. I'll be there on Saturday. The Mahogany Box. I'm having a sale, so come get some stuff. It's going to be on sale. Get you some Mahogany Box pieces to rock.
Yep.
For the holiday or for whenever. Come check me out. You can always find me on IG at The Mahogany Box and on Facebook, The Mahogany Box.
Oh, yours is on there too.
Yes.
There it is. Awesome. So I have a couple of cool things coming up, and I would love to see you guys there, support, sponsor, any of that good stuff. My new girl, Erica, she's having an amazing event for women of color and their hair called Beyond the Chair.
Why is she looking at...
Beyond
me.
the chair.
Because you got hair and you got color.
No, I think she's trying to say because I don't have, my hair don't be combed, so she's looking at me. That's how I'm taking it.
No. We all know that you have hair down past your rump, but you won't wear it. So we need to make that happen. But I do want my morning coffee ladies to be there beyond the chair because they're celebrating individuals in the industry that do things for the community. So barbering, makeup artists, estheticians, and of course stylists that are doing
don't forget nails.
Yeah, nails too. Oh yeah, you got
the nails. Right.
I know.
So
because we ain't had our nails did, that's why we probably forgot about that she do nails, huh?
We got 3 minutes left now.
Okay.
Beyond the Chair. That's an event coming up in January, and I want you guys to support. Also, we have the MLK event that I will not stop talking about in Redondo Beach on January 20th at 5 p.m. This is important because many of us that already take time off on MLK Day, we have something we do in the day, right? We go to the parade or go to Inglewood and do some stuff. But this gives you opportunity to get back to the South Bay.
We coming to Redondo Beach. We're going to show up and we're going to show out in Redondo Beach, okay?
Yes.
Since you put it out
Absolutely.
there. People, let's go to Redondo Beach.
Yep.
Show them we're all about MLK. And
5
show
p.m.
them what it's looking like.
What it's looking like.
Yeah.
But I do still need a step team. So I wish somebody that will not embarrass us steps up and shows out on the 20th. So if you could help me with that, talk to Jeffrey. Tell the beard to get at me about that. I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Beard man, you heard her.
I need your help.
She needs your help.
We got to represent.
I wish I was.
I've reached out for the alphas and I'm getting no response. So I'm real good with the Phi Beta and that Ka Psi. So anybody that wants to come out and make us look good, that's your girl. Yeah. All right, good enough.
Last
thing.
Oh, got more.
Real quick. Our 40ish group, we're going to be doing some cool things. I know. Are you in the group? The 40ish group?
There she go. Yes, I'm in the group.
I know. I want you in the group.
I'm in the group.
Because we need people that give good advice.
I'm in the group. Remember, I'm the over 40 in the group
but
that
you're
you
the
let
one
me
that
in.
Keeps us from losing our mind when we think we're losing our mind. But we're going to be doing our first event coming up soon. I think it's going to be at where Kenya DJs in Long Beach.
Right
so
on.
that should be amazing. Okay. And be looking for all this information on the Sand and Shores page or Tonya McKenzie's PR Biz Mom on Instagram and Twitter.
Yours is also there. Look at that.
I'm easy to find, guys. We have some cool stuff going on. My Morning Coffee ladies will be out and about. If you want us at an event to broadcast live, hit us up. Make sure you get your My Morning Coffee merch.
Regalia.
At shopthemahoganybox.com.
We have cups.
Support.
We have water bottles.
We're fun.
We have pins for your denim jackets. We have jewelry.
You got it all.
Matter of fact, we have some new bracelets coming out. Some new stainless steel My Morning Coffee bracelets will be dropping soon.
Wait, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, see, hey, I'm always on it.
So we'll see you on the 8th, and then we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Yes, have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, and breathe. Everyone breathe. You can get through it.
If you can't get it in time for Thanksgiving, get it for Christmas and make you some smoke from the pot stuff for Christmas.
Absolutely. Also, too, real quick, man, remember that you have a choice. You have a choice. You are in control of your own life. And so, man, I know that around the holidays, there's a lot of feels and things going on. And however you need to deal with that, that's going to be the most healthy and beneficial to you. Man, choose yourself first.
Amen.
Don't let nobody hijack your joy.
It's my niecey. You hear my niecey kicking that knowledge out there, y'all. All right.
Man. Appreciate you guys.
See you in 2 weeks.